Is indeed. Right, let's talk about these bans because they have rifled through pretty damn quickly. I want to take a quick look at the last time these two teams played on this map. And for Bliss, that was just over a month ago. The fact that we have a sense, a Glaz, and the Lion inside, to me, at the very least, suggests there is something naughty cooking in the books here for these boys. NJR, the first to fall in this game.
Well, the first victim, and probably going to be a very long contested explosion. Good C4 usage.
The curse strikes again.
If there is a position.
Frag-nades in the round as well. I don't really know what the game plan was there, whether it's to try and burn their way through these castle barricades because they've got no other option except the Ash to deal with that. I'm not sure, but it seems to be at least staying in their favor for now. They're into a 4 versus 2.
3 versus 2, just as quick, and with a minute, they have a lot of time to try and find their sliver over. Great shot from Brendo. Oda was a sliver away. Brendo's going to use this time to plant. There is another player watching the vertical, and the opening round is in Bliss's favor.
All too easy there, really. Yeah.
The motion here. Nobody's trying to force the players out into the catch. He needs, as we see here, Wettables and Sage to be that dictation of the pace. Brendo gets caught by the big bad Nadian. Bowler gets the swing onto Wettables, and now it is just Sage left. Finds one.
A strange round that really lacked any teeth, I feel, on the side of Bliss, and DarkZero just domed every single challenger that walked upon them. The one thing I will give Bliss, at least, is they took all those gunfights in the space of, what, 2 or 3 seconds of each other? So this is the kind of thing we spoke about between CAG and BDS earlier on. Some teams, if you find a player stepping ahead and dying and there's no other deaths that happen around that, especially as you get in towards the sharp end of the round and things are starting to come to a close, it's a massive mistake on their side to be so far ahead of the rest of their team. DarkZero players turn their attentions northward.
Still hasn't been any of this direct pressure, I say, until we finally see the first bit, and it's down in red.
So we're throwing ourselves at shields, are we?
Insurmountable. NJR loses a shield, but I think the trade of 1 shield, 2 people, I'm pretty fine with that. Goes a little bit wider and gets executed for it, but the quick trade is there. And to be honest, why not at that point? Big bad Nadian, 2 big bad kills for the player.
If they set themselves up inside a fireplace. Bolo normally has got himself set up on Mez, and that's what he's been doing a lot of work, and sure enough, Otta's gone after that Roma that I spoke about earlier and not dealt with him. Brendo into 1, Pamba back the other way, and it's a 4v3 for DarkZero, starting out strong here, but can they keep on holding on, or can we see the Aussie side pull something back? If this round falls by the wayside, I'm fully expecting attack timeout, it's worth stating as well, because these last 3 rounds, I've said it after each one, they've been a little bit weird, they've been a little bit rogue, and something needs to be done to get things back on track. You can't really be affording to be down 5-1 in this half, and I think with that kill onto Wettables, that's all that needs to really be done here. We'll find one. If Sage can convert into a second, it's a different conversation, but he's taken very low, and we've still got Canadian out-ratting around the map. So when they put this focus up on the top floor, well, what is there to say? You find yourself getting stabbed in the back if you're not too careful. It kind of encourages you to move at a faster pace before you get this flank hit you from the backside. He's moving his way in towards game. They've found one more as well. Fisher is the last one left standing. 3 players on DarkZero to go. And this feels like a bit too much of a stretch for Fisher. It may be an expert fisherman, but DarkZero simply are not going to bite on this one. Pulling themselves away. They've still got the numbers advantage. Things are looking pretty good. There we go. Shotgun round the corner. Easy close out for DarkZero.
They're going in towards the site. The pressure onto NJR is looking the wrong way. He was caught entirely unaware. Bliss explode. And that's them picking up the player on the far side. Canadian, I said he could do a lot with his shield, but the main thing he did there was panic, caught on the hatch. They've entirely cut off, and what a read here from Bliss. Realized how much was far away, realized they hadn't been able to get any of it with the combination of the Deimos and the Lion, so went, let's send it. The Australian
There's the
dream.
EP and the nade. Oh, I like the movement. He's going to push. If he gets a freebie here, this is... No, that is so smart, NJR. Oh my God. I would have your babies. What a man.
Brendo gone. NJR stocked up and ready. A man with fancy glasses that's not really affected by this, but they have dropped the hatch to the loft-down side and just pushed their way around. Sage gets 1, gets 2. It's a 3 versus 3, and they've rested some of the site control, but they don't quite have the confidence to plant. So instead, caught by a shotgun, but not more than that. 2 versus 2, get the BP and get yourself a little pocket of space. You know that one's about to come down, and you push them further back. The grenade is the catch. A great play from Oda, but a great play from Bolo. A 1 versus 1. Bolo versus Fisho guy, and he doesn't know where it's going down. Almost caught there by FisherGuy. The blind comes out, the pre-fire angle, but Bolo knows where the route is out and he takes it, and that gives FisherGuy a chance to rotate, get himself to a new position, give himself more to work with, and an even half.
How on earth have they got that?
Easily be fished out if they get a whiff of his play and a whiff of his place. There's also a drone hole not too far away. There's the whiff, there's the reveal, and there's NJR getting two. Sage and Oda caught out. Bolo's in, there's two, they got the trade, send it. Double dead.
Not bad at all, really good execute coming in. I was worried when they didn't make the move. NJR gets 2 kills, and that should really be the trigger for these next two to jump in, because at that point, the player that's holding the angle is the one who should then be looking away. Okay, where's NJR? Is he pushing me? You capitalize on that distraction. So, not quite the cleanest push through, but they've got the job done. They've brought down 4 players into a 3 versus 1, unless, of course, they can get Bolo up, which I think they might just not bother for now, and they're looking to close things out. But I'm looking at the plant. Surely it should be going down sometime soon. Wettables almost had a freebie there.
Well, that's it. There was something that was pinging them. They were all desperately running around trying to find. Wettables had the vertical, and well, they didn't have anything else. NJR, big round on the lead-in, got the opening too. And then
kitchen control, and Brendo's looking to make sure they haven't got that control established anymore. Steps in for the one, but Pamba puts him in the dirt.
Well, there's a bit of wiggle room and width. And there's
two-man swing.
Take, but Oda gets one, cannot get the second. Pamba refrags, and exactly where he was. There's that game from DarkZero again, punishing Bliss.
There's the shield.
Hey, he found the shield, and they said he likes to get in people's faces, but apparently people like to get in his face too. They have themselves still this control. Bolo
should be dead to rights. Almost gets that second onto Pamba, but he's really hit 2 big shots to make sure his team have got that downstairs control retained. That means all of these guys now focusing on Solar can just carry on with what they've got to do. And I tell you what, Troy is feeling himself. He's like, I don't care. I'm marching at your face.
I told you.
I'm coming for some skulls.
I warned you all. This is how he likes to play this up. There's the watch on from the left-hand side of Pamba, I believe. Just making sure that, well, this could happen. Actually, swings their way around. It's NJR. And
cute play, man. Like it.
Gets the first, gets the next bit of pressure here.
Another flash, why not?
Blinds come out, gets them a second to pull the goo mine out, but they've been able to wrest some control, and they're eyeing up the plant spot just next to it. The smoke canisters, good utilization as we start to have all of Bliss rotate their way around and try and be ready for this. There's no counter pressure currently coming through. 30 seconds is a little bit of time to rotate, but do they want to risk it?
I got a smoke left there as well. I was going to say this is what you can find him doing, is just set up on this corner and you're all good. But they've lost NJR on the back line. Bolo's then got in though. All eyes are fixed on Amonte, and Bolo goes, yeah, I'll have some of that. Gets in there, collects a 2. Brendo left all alone here against 2 players still on their feet. One of them being a shield user. Yeah, good luck.
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, at this point, the only thing that will be is to just pull out the planter.
Ow! What can you do about that?
Not much.
It's horrible. Horrible.
Not much. I mean, look, he'll just try and push his way up the stairs, and then he gets caught by a C4. Well played, Wettables, and well played, Sage. Has the cross. Baited him in. Oops.
I don't think I'll have his kids anymore.
NJR, it's back and forth with you. I'm sure you'll fall in love moments ago. Wet tables. Mops him up, but at least Nafe finds one. However,
coming out of them, because I said for 7 rounds in a row, we didn't see them find the entry. Yeah, that's not good. And so they have no... What the... No way. Just no way. No, come on. Stop it. Come on. Let's leave it there. Let's stop. Let's all breathe a moment. Let's not throw. Thank God. Thank the Lord. Bolo is still up though, and sure enough, they got a crossfire. Thank God, because that would have been a fitting end to this match that has felt like chaos from start.
It creates a phantom pressure that allows this on the top end. Solarium. The eyes are coming in. The pressure comes across. There's Sage getting the first, but the response from Bolo on towards the back end.
Filth, like literally from one end of the map to the other there. You've got 2 kills taking place and someone caught in the crossfire, bang in the middle. Sage, in that case, I thought for a second that was a hipfire that got that kill. I would have cried, but no, it was Nafe who got the side swipe instead. Wettables trades one back the other way, and it's down now to an advantage for Bliss, but straight, not 2 rounds in a row. It was NJR now, and now it's Nafe. What's going on?
Oops, Frost.
Come on.
It's all Frost. Big bad Nadian. He did mess up a Selma there, unfortunately, which didn't give them the wiggle room and the width. On towards the dining table, has to enter, and he knew where they were, but that didn't really change his fate. 6 to 3 to 4 to 5.
Keeping this really narrow and tight.
I mean, that's it, right? What do they really have right now? The pressure onto the mirror windows comes through. Big Bad Nadian starts to try and roll his way through the bathroom, but it's the crossfire of FisherGuy that gets one and then gets dropped by Montaigne. Bolo does find Wedables on the back end as Brendo tries to step himself back into bathroom and put the pressure on towards Solarium. Now, the Monty is currently alone with the kit, and, well, Canadian just keeps on pushing. He's getting the reveals for his team, finding out what's safe alongside the Bees, can tuck and maybe go for a plant, but Crossfire's all over the shop. And it is DarkZero to find that final bit of spice.
Yes.
To push that game over. It was slow, but that's
a solution.
And Troy just said respect.
Yeah. Respect for leaving it up. Now I'm about to fry you. Have fun. Same bands.
Joker and his army again.
So keep an eye out for those things. Those are the 3 areas where normally attackers start off with some kind of focus point. But Troy's in, he's rushing in, he's inside of Electric, charging his way in towards the site already. I can see him on the top down, and he's gone in and died. That's unfortunate. However, for now, they've found themselves a number of kills, but Bliss have held out.
I was going to say, pretty much everybody's died, but Bliss have died a little bit less. They have themselves in the 3-2 situation, but there's still a fight inside the site itself. They've pushed themselves up, 3 versus 1. There's a smoke canister, and there's...
And someone
and
else.
Pamba.
They're watching for the vertical play from the hatch, right, which I understand. A good rounding, actually, and Sage has broken that open, which now really, I was going to say it threatens the downstairs, but Sage just swung the hatch, and they were just ready. Pamba getting one more back for himself as well, and now the Capital can spring into action, looking for this plant to go down, but still, they've got that vertical cover. Fish is just waiting for someone to step through, looking to see what he can find, and with all the gadgetry coming out, I don't think he'll find too much. Troy will go down here. Diffuser on the ground. Can the rest of DarkZero recover this one out in the 3 versus 3? They get the C4 out on top, Fish into another one as well. Bliss, it looks like so far, are holding back this stem of aggression coming out from DarkZero. Round 1 and this round, they've controlled it incredibly well.
I mean, again, a little bit of question around the take itself. They sort of saw this opportunity, didn't trust the opportunity fully. They did only really need to get a little bit of control of the verticality, but maybe they didn't know how much was dedicated up there. Obviously, Nafe lost the first engagement directly above the hatch. They then dropped that player, but if it's a good decision, they proved me wrong. What a steal that has been. And
I mean, a plant's gone down with 10 players still alive on the field, and they're still alive 10 seconds after the plant. That is the weirdest plant in the world. But like that, a flurry of kills come through. Bolo, I tell you what, he's carving through not just the enemy, but also his own team. But who cares? He's giving you a big advantage. 3v2 for DarkZero then, as Nate finds one for his team too. 3v1 for DarkZero. A nice shot from Otter coming out, but I'm afraid he hasn't really got the time here. 10 seconds to go until it's too late to start that defuse, and neither player left on DarkZero are going to give him a second. DarkZero take round 3.
Ready for the possibility of popping a head off. Also has the canisters, but doesn't want to be the first extension caught. Now has to focus on to replace Sage. Keep control of Rafters, but look at this. 3 players read the weakness and exploit it. A DarkZero children's book written and employed perfectly here. Although that was almost huge. It was a changing
Canadian's got a bad experience with stairs, but this time round comes away on top. They are running through them now.
And Nafe goes for the plant, goes for the cement on the back end. It is just odor. But I think the only thing he smells here is blood on this water.
DarkZero, great round there as well. Very clean cut. And then someone else is like, oh, these guys are coping so hard for Bliss. I'm like, we're not.
No, we're not.
I've been celebrating DZ for ages now.
Going against you, you can't really try and just shove your way into sight. You have to do this. Fish on the back end. Wedables is still cooking. Gets one more. Sage goes down to the cross. Okay.
So we're throwing. Please no. That was a joke. Don't crucify me. Come on, Bliss. You've got the clash on side. Fisher guys should be able to get this one over the line. With the rest of his team, only 20 seconds still to go, and so Pamba and NGR have really got to work some magic if they want any hope of getting this one done. Better Pamba magic sprinkled in here, and suddenly what looked to be a clear-cut round, Wedables is going to be fuming if they lose this. Hello! He's on top of you, bro! What are you doing?
If he'd shot and didn't go for the knife, he would have got it, but he gets it anyway. There's 3 seconds and a plant from absolutely nothing. DarkZero have brought this back together. There's the drop, but Brendo is a step too late, and the man is out the door. Now, I said they didn't have much, and I said, you look at what they've got, but what are you doing?
All right, I apologize for flipping to Bliss.
That moment of worry. Pamba slipped his way past the bulletproof that was droned to make sure it wasn't active. Wedables, I said, are you ready? But nobody was ready for that. Brendo does find Canadian. The kick goes cold on the breach, and as Pamba's inside causing pressure, they'll probably think, well, maybe there's more than just one. They've got to rotate their way back. Pamba holding on to the fight, but can't win it out. Oda, a huge moment for him to try and reclaim some of this. NJL gets the kit back, throws some flashes in, but Brendo explores outside, and Nafe was caught pretty easily on the back end. It is, once again, an impossible situation, but Bliss proved impossible is still possible.
Again, call me a cynic here, but Brendo is literally what we spoke about as the issue inside of storage. He's killed 2 players up there, one that is swung on the window, and then also killed Nani on the breach, who's tried to push in. Like, dare I say, it's obvious. They knew this was the thing that had to be in their control, and they tried to get around it but through the smokes. The easier play probably is to go in there and just punish him. That would have really helped them get this round moving, but instead they've been absolutely slammed by the Aussies, holding up on that. I was about to say, you could swear it's a 1v1.
And your catch, Oda's waiting.
Oh, he's just so ready.
And just gets him.
He was locked on that pixel.
He knew where it was. Wedables gets NJR. Pamba stops the thread, but they've retaken at least some of this verticality. It's Pamba that gets swung out from the side, though. Wedables just keeps pushing. Now, DarkZero, they have 2 remaining players. 40 seconds to try and hold on. There's a great first for Nafe. He's got pings on the second and pops.
Timing.
A second split, but
shot.
Brendo knew exactly the route. Bolo gets one on the back end. Has a C4 and a 2 versus 1
no
versus 1.
Way.
Bolo has been a huge part of the approach here. The C4's a bit loose, a little bit wild. Brendo versus Bolo. And the similarities probably end there. Okay. The castle barricade
I rate it.
Gives them the width and gives them not a true idea of where they are, but the hot pings reveal where they are going. Now, with this option, Brendo's pulled himself back. It only takes a second of a fight there.
6 drones already gone, by the way, for the side of Bliss, but they sorely need to get something for this. Pamba's going to find Fisher Guy in the spray through the wall. Brendo into one, Sage into another. Top floor secure, question mark?
I think there's always a sort of question mark on anything on this map. They are still so spread out. You can sort of get a big circle of players trading places, and Oda does his best to make it, but there it is. There's always someone seemingly a few steps away. Nafe hotfoots it, rotates it onto the back.
And that's the important part. If he goes down there, you're down to a 2 versus 2. At that point, all bets are off. NGR very much alone on site, though. If they push in here and force a 3v1, this is theirs for the taking. He's dug in deep, but Nafe has managed to find one. It looks like they might let this one crumble away. A couple of shots come through, but Nafe, he sells himself short. Sage picks him up, and NJR's got to pull off a massive 1v2.
Such a small amount of health, and that's all it takes to get the down. He's pushing on. They have the pings. They have the intel of the players getting picked up, but with 7 seconds, how do they do it? He stepped in close. He reveals his position. They got the blinder. 1 versus 1. Just has to stop the planter. Does he full send it? Oh, he tries to. But Wedables has the cover.
It will slow them down. It will impede him. There's no C4 on side for Nafe at this point either. In fact, all they've really got to stop the Monty are goo mines and one more C4. And sure enough, Fisher Guys steps straight into one. Sage in a great position here, just waiting for this push to come on through. And Fisher Guys found Bolo. Monty is a menace.
Well, Sage is able to get weight, but there's one more that's coming around the back end. They weren't quite aware of. Sage goes down. Canadians revealed his position, and now the shield going for the plant might get caught by the C4, but the timing, the rotate round, and the trust Fisher Guy had in the motion from Blue. And now a 4 versus 1, and JR. Even this might be a step too far.
Beautiful.
It is Bliss on the back of DZ's timeout. Don't slow down.
Really well. Being snapped out, being caught out of position, there's no ability to trade them. They've got a red ping here actually inside. They know that someone's on their belly. They're rolling around like a fish. And Sage is going to fight.
Brendo still has the chance to try and hunt down Bolo, but Bolo doesn't quite get the full fat bite. It's Nafe on the back end. Suddenly you have this structure we talked about, and there's the removal. As I said, the game that DarkZero are trying to get the handle on was just being that one step ahead, that position of the trade game where they had the advantageous position. Now it is sort of a 3 versus 3 at this point. Fisher Guy could be recovered, and is. That's why they accidentally dropped the kit, I believe, because it's the same button. There he is, picked back up on the back end, but 40 seconds. Think about where Bolo is. Think about how Pamba has just killed somebody. It's not going to be an easy approach to land here for Bliss.
No, it's a hard battle. We keep on speaking about this sort of thing when the attackers lose out players early on. You're coming down to a spot where the defenders don't mind losing a pulse, losing a lesion. No C4s admittedly in the back pocket here at the mute anymore is going to be a little bit of a stinger, but they'll happily take a 3v3 when it comes to site because the attackers can't flood as many angles at once. And Wedables just absolutely domes Pamba. Said he was having a bit of a map, and sure enough, it has carried on. And Bolo's retaken the hatch. From there, like crumble down. Ona's got to try and find his last man, but Bolo's going to do the right thing. He'll sit. He'll wait, and as soon as that plant starts going down, he is in. Otter not going to be able to finish this one off. Got the red ping on him, and Bolo just about gets there. DarkZero take round 10.
I mean, I said it. Think about the position that Bolo's in. You have to make the really play that game.
As we march them with that push coming in. Flash coming out over the top of Electric here, and they are in. EE1D out. At least for now, the Goo Mines impeding the push forward. NJR on a big swing. Had a chance to get two there and really take this one through to the next round. For now, got to hold on. Saging for one. Immediate trade out there. Great bit of team play coming out from DarkZero. But when all the dust has settled, it's 3v3.
They didn't get the confirm on the player, and they didn't have the confirmation on the motion either. Look at them all stacked up, though. What a bit of a risk, Wettables. He's able to get one Brendo.
1v2.
Through the vertical, gets Canadian from underneath. A 2 versus 1, technically. Pamba, he's looking for the perfect position, and he gets the catch. A triple for the Pamba party that was premature from Demo and Ollie because they already paid for the supplies. But here could be a chance to utilize them. A 1 versus 1. Brendo, he's going to hold on to the plant. There's 9 seconds, and clever play. Get the player up, take it as a 2 versus 1, and go for the fight and find it. DarkZero, hold out the round.
Wow, I'm sweating. Jordan might be onto something here. I'm going to lose my job. It's building up to that point. But again, another really good round. What I love about DZ in that round in particular, to be serious for 30 seconds, then we'll go back to talking crap with chat. Thank you.
Very quickly, that's Sam, and that's Pamba, popping the head of Oda on cargo control. All of this is being read by the Pulse. All of this approach is well advertised. There's the attempt at the plant. Wettables gets the cover, and there's the swing around the back, but
they're going to do it.
It's 2 kills that come out from the side of DZ. They've stopped the diffuser, they've stopped the plant, and somebody's gone for a big rotate. Out cargo window, and apparently still there. The fight down the cargo stairs. He's tucked around to the left-hand side. They've pulled themselves back. Pamba's back in the building on the second story. But with 15 seconds, oh no, Derry, you know what's about to happen,
Jordan's
don't you?
Right. No, not like this. No! No! He's going to be insufferable in chat.
Come out. NJR is the first to suffer.
He can't find
them. He can't find anybody. The
now
Bliss gets the blind, the Fenrir gets the bonk. Knocked around, they've got the breach open, they have the control. How do they retake here? They're in a very sticky situation, and Nafe makes it even more sticky. The swing round, Oda's caught. Nafe with the 3. Where's he been? Hanging around the kitchen.
They're going to make this 4 in a row, and I love the fact they've realized site was basically empty. Troy spent 30 seconds trying to find someone on a blitz, but they've got in there, they've ignored the players off site, they've got the plant going down. Brendo's got it all to do. Pamba's not going to leave anything for him. A flawless round, and they're 1 round away, Emmy, from securing that spot.
One of those sort of later pushes, and that's one of those problems that we've seen, as I said. Although they started with success on their attacks, it felt late. They're trying to solve that, but a C4 is the solution Pamba has deployed. They have that trade advantage. They have 2, because where's Big Bad Nadian? He's underneath you! With a C4 and all the intel to try and drive it. Wettables gets 1 Sage. Gets a second, but held off. Could not progress any further because of the castle. Fisho guy from the top rope doesn't get anything! Because he's what? Big Bad Canadian underneath you! Wettables, all that's left of Bliss's hope of taking this one and keeping their hopes alive today. 6-7 in a 1 versus 3, but look at what's in the pockets. 3 smoke canisters. Look who's round the corner, a trade, DarkZero. Welcome to the Manchester stage. Prepare to have Tom J. Shell.